I mean, this is exciting. We get to see, of course, the reigning TI champions taking on HELLRAISERS.
To just like stay there without having to spend a ton of money on regen, which we already see happening. They're having to do that. I'm actually watching mid quite a lot.
Top lane, actually. Mira might be in trouble. With the Nightmare set up, Watson's going to move over as well. Only 1 point in the Whirling Axes, but looks like we might have our first blood as HELLRAISERS secure it over onto Watson. So here we go. Are you fogged? Does this give you a little bit more confidence with the troll?
He has to get, honestly, like, it gives me a little more, but he has to get these kills. Like I said, Jakiro steps up slow. He does get picked off from Bane.
Let's give us Miposhka back towards the tower. Need a little bit of harassment, though. Nothing too crazy. We already see, though, the Leshrac being a nuisance. Just you running through, stealing away the bounty. I mean, Toronto, Tokyo having a good start. 19 last hits. Is there a lane maybe, I guess, 4 minutes in? Or actually bottom, Limitless. A little bit of brawl going on at the moment. Vitor is going to try and jump forward, deal with the Magnus, but this will put Gilga in a bit of a compromised position with the Magnus. Doesn't offer that body to protect the Dark Wheel, and now they can just turn their attention back to the Mag as Limitless. He will end up going down. Gilga, he might be able to trade the life, however. But Yadro posturing aggressively, so Gilga will be forced back. Ooh, Naposhko does run into the bramble. Oh! He's going to be okay.
So close. Okay, all right. The strong lanes, you know, as we expected, bottom. Limitless is not going to have a fun time. So this is going to be a big struggle. We'll see how he ends up recovering for that one. And Collapse is still doing fine top. Naposhka, he stayed. Okay. Maybe wanted to reset.
Does he go for this? He's going to go for this, Gilga.
Oh.
And he's got Fairy Fighter to play with, so maybe baiting the PL.
Yeah, you just kind of fall off. You're not really something that forces towers. You have a long cooldown, very long cooldown on your ult. You don't really want to max in power first as a 3. You want to have your shockwave max, so it's weird.
Miposhka. Oh! Quick fingers.
Probably still
going to try and land the Terrorize. Yeah, it looks like they will, but that's too ultimates now forced for this, so let's see what Spirit want to do with this information. Of course, they've even got Dark Ascension, and
Magnus is going to head mid to try to hold this, but it's Max Edict. Tokyo will force the issue.
And they got RP. Collapse is going to look to show up as well. He's our first Dark Ascension of the game. They're going to try and aim down Melody at the moment. Mira also making sure there's no impact from Gilgar. Knowing the Terrorizers on cooldown. Look at how Team Spirit are playing. Just making sure they don't get group up until Limus. Still able to find the double RP. They're trying to move in on Watson. He's got the ensnare. Leshrac falling relatively low with the help of the Bedlam. So they find a big kill. But it's going to cost them 2 heroes on HELLRAISERS until Rabel finds a spear, dragging back Mira. He's also going to end up dying right next to the tier 2 tower. But in the end, it'll be a 2-for-3 advantage for the boys on Team Spirit. We're not done just yet, though. Man, it's going to TP back into the fray here as Rabel's continuing to push on forward for more. He's found the stun connection on Collapse, and as Melody gets that extra little bit of damage required as well. So, a decent trade for the boys on Dire. They try and target their forces through the triangle. Yadro farming at the moment. He does have Diffusal working towards Yasha. Maybe Toronto Tokyo is going to be the target instead as the RP into the Fiend's grip even further back to no assistance as Lesh down for 30. But again, the big issue.
Yeah, if they can actually find a fight right now, daytime, look for this fight, catch straight into Roche. Then they can get themselves a big momentum swing.
I think they need the RP to start.
Yeah.
Mag is not in position. Rabel still is moving on forward. Can they get the spear connection? Rabel just off the mark. Now, do they still want to stick around? It's given enough time for the TPs to come over. They need to cancel the Fiend's grip. Collapse is going to do so. There's Yadro juking to the northern side. He hasn't died just yet, thanks to the help of Collapse. Now, HELLRAISERS, they're in 2 minds. Do we stick around or do we retreat? Rabel's out with the BKB, but the rest of HELLRAISERS, I mean, they will not have as easy of a time as the poor old Bane position 5 brought down, and maybe now we lead this into Roche. Team Spirit, I mean, they're considering it.
Oh, God. Like, literally anything on Yotaro, and he dies there, and they end up having a big swing. But now, the direct opposite happens, and now they have to run in a fight anyway.
They're gonna take the fight. Watson's still got BKB. Limitless has the RP as well. He's going to use it solely onto the troll, but the Ice Pop as well disrupting through the duration. But it looks like Team Spirit, they don't want to stick around, and Roche is low.
Okay. Miposhka swinging around.
Oh, I don't know, Miposhka. And Watson picks it up. I mean, what was feeling like a bit of a swing to the side of Team Spirit, the threat of them taking Roshan just off the back of one team fight mistake.
It's actually still daytime, so Dark Ascension ended, and PL was too low to hit the Roche himself, so they couldn't finish it.
They're scouting Toronto.
Okay, might be able to get
He
another
doesn't
one.
have TP. Yeah, he's in trouble. I mean, he should 100% go down. Let's see
right.
truly the god here. I mean, this is another big pickup as well. Just a sequence of events. Rebel's godlike.
Godlike.
I mean, this is 22 minutes in. I tell you what, this is what you need on a Mars matchup versus the PL 3000 net worth lead at 22 minutes in. And their fights have been looking crisp. Now a tier 2 tower, more map.
Right, Troll is 2-0-5. This is a so far perfect game from Watson on the Troll Warlord.
And top lane, I mean, easy setup.
Yep.
Melody. Bye-bye Miposhka. More gold, more kills. Further streak for Able.
So these, oh man, everybody's super squishy now. Like even the Leshrac, because we saw Tokyo, he had to go for, as you mentioned, his normal Lesh item. Doesn't have armor. He'll die super easy. It's going to be a lot of work for your Toro to carry this
connecting.
game.
Yadoro might be in trouble. Oh, they went the wrong way. Not guessing the right illusion, and now once again, Yadoro is able to blink out of the arena, but Limitless still continuing to hunt. Doesn't get the skewer back in, but at least it's close enough to Watson. Finds the ensnare. Yadoro is going to go down. Now they're looking to collapse as well with the Dark Ascension. The BKB is about to expire though, so Gilga, he'll follow up with the control and another kill going the way of Hellraisers.
Rebel went for the last hit too. Dude, he's pumping up that Beyond God. Like pops of regen. They're all still healthy.
Poshka playing the side lanes with the Weaver, being that nuisance. You know, they've given enough farm to the heart to be completed. Lesh is also, working towards the Shivas as well. So they are still getting their farm on Team Spirit.
Catch on the side, that high ground ward.
You're pretty fine with that, I imagine, for Team Spirit. Like, it's inevitably going to happen. And they're actually going to smoke up.
They're smoking. Okay.
I mean, I guess they got the information that multiple heroes are botting.
RP?
Oh, holy RP! Watson's nearby as well with Rebel's follow-up. 2 heroes just evaporate. Now they're on to Toronto, Tokyo. Watson's got the Scotties. There'll be no escape. A bash for good measure as well. As bye-bye Leshrac. I mean, Yadoro, he's still playing the outskirts. Maybe trying to force out the life of Watson, but... I mean, now you got 4 pickoffs. Team Spirit, though. Looking to smokers 4. Of course, the RP still being on cooldown, but they've got control. Radiant have a really good ward in the backline, though, by this top outpost. So I see some of the supports. Clap's going to look to jump in. They're going to put some emphasis on cutting away the life of the Bane, but an Arena doesn't give him any extra assistance, so Melody is able to find the Fiend skip. They've cut away the life of Collapse, and no one's dead on Hellraisers. They'll turn to Toronto, Tokyo next, and now they've even caught the Weaver as well. Melody, how is he getting these long duration Fiend skip? And that fight was just set up because of Rabel. This man is doing it all. That Arena in the entrance to the team fight meant that the rest of Team Spirit, they couldn't connect with the Night Stalker.
Like a spear onto Leshrac into the wall, and yeah, Night Stalker's just isolated with his Weaver in the backline, and
Yadoro also just bought out for the Aether Lens, so he won't have buyback available now. Also died on the Courier. And Watson's just pummeling to Toronto. The BKB off, but Watson, of course, with the Aegis advantage. BKB in the backpack. And they've still got another full set of barracks left to claim here for the boys on Hellraisers. Now they can dwindle down the resources of Watson. Limitless again! He's in with the RP. This time catches 2. They've got the follow-up and the Terrorize as well. No buyback on Yadoro. And, I mean, that might just be the end of 4 on 5. They call it. Hellraisers, they have come to play today. Taking game 1, 34 minutes in.
And I think me and you were, we're both a little hesitant from, of course, we're just going to say it straight up, Troll Warlord pick. But I think that their decision to swap it up was everything this game. I like the team fight from HR. I think that they did a really good job of dictating pace with team fight. So I'm gonna lean on them a little bit more here. But I think this Monkey King might just get too outrageous. So we'll see if that's gonna be the case.
I think this is big. Something that, of course, we did see the
bottom.
What the nerf? Yeah, Melody. Still got the extra Burrow Strike stun for Collapse, and I mean Melody's just gonna look to stand his ground. He knows he's gonna end up dying, but maybe they can at least trade the kill. As Watson gets a return onto Collapse and continuing at least the strong start here for the Luna.
Sacrificing some experience elements by just bringing your supports mid to push, but helping out your Sanking who is struggling.
I mean, if he connects mid, this is even more plays that are coming out to enable the Collapse Sanking here. He's going to try and charge up the ultimate. Rabel blinks away, and now it's actually Limitless that's looking to show himself as well. The threat of the Primal Split will force Team Spirit back, and now they have the ward on the high gun as well, so they do finally see Collapse. Point in the Burrow Strike should be long enough range to make it down to the river. Does Limitless feel like it's worth the ultimate though? Let's see if that's going to be the case. They can continue chasing. They're just going to do it as best as he can to disrupt this, but it's not enough as Limitless. Nice rotations, able to get the kill and collapse and further help this defense. We always see it though versus Tree and Protector. Like this is a hero that really wants these towers to survive for as long as possible with just the map control that it's able to provide.
Sleep on
They
Gilger.
will run into the bug though, and this is the power of the Bane. So able to get that Nightmare with Toronto Tokyo stepping as well. They might be forced to TP Limitless in now, but he doesn't have a lot of mana to play with. So finally, they're able to brute force his tower down. Nonetheless, Watson and Rabel are able to change their mind as a Sonic Wave connecting onto 2. Toronto Tokyo will take a spill. And they're now eyeing up Miposhka as well. I mean, Rabel's got the blink, maxed out screams.
If you look at the lineup from HR, they have no ways to reach to get on top of him till like Blink Dagger Brew, and he's not even going it. So I feel like we're going to see this for quite a long time of them being able to posture like over-aggressive, you could say.
Oh, they're running
on the side
Watson.
Spirit.
Collapse is going to look to reveal the blink. Epicenter dropped as well, and the top of the net worth here is going to end up going down. Limus is looking to connect. The rest of Radiant sweeping on over to the area as well. We've got our first split of the game, and it looks like Collapse. He'll be the sacrifice here. Right, they're still posturing behind with the Sonic Wave drop. Now they won't have this burst potential for a further team fight to break out as Yotaro is going to look to charge up the Wukongs, aiming towards the Queen of Pain, and they'll cancel out the life for Rabel. Getting rid of the position too. Now Limitless is... Oh, they sold the Primal Split. Mira, I mean, that's just a cherry on top. I thought they'd get the kill as well, but now let's see if they want to smoke afterwards, having this Primal Split on Mira. They're still chasing though. Yotaro got this Boundless Strike up shortly. Telekinesis ready as well. Limitless is pretty goddamn speedy though, with the help of the Drunken Brawler. But you already recognize, I mean, Radiant, they used a lot. 2 heroes are showing bottom.
They split.
And yeah, Mira, he's forced to use. He's like, alright, I may as well, Brewmaster. You've taken too long to get this kill. He's still wasting so much time. The fact that Limitless is still alive, he's even juking through the tree line. Not into Miposhka though. Gets in range and finally cuts away the life. But I mean, that was quite the space created.
I was mentioning before how the reach on Hellraisers is limited. I don't really know how they're going to cancel Fiend's Grip in a lot of these fights. After I saw that top hit situation, like, who's going to do it? Lucent Beam? It's going to have to be the Brew Split in most situations if it's
they're onto the
top,
Brew.
But
Yadora is just soloing Limitless at the moment. Got some heroes looking to connect, but he doesn't have the Primal Split to really give him that bonus lives back. They're still going to turn on the Monkey King. Trying to play the distance is Yotaro. They've also got Collapse TPing in as well, so they've got to be careful if they group up. Melody, pump faking, overgrowth is able to land it now onto 3. They're targeting down Yotaro. He's finally going to end up falling. And now with Watson showing up as well. The Eclipse solo onto Collapse. Man, what a nightmare.
No
Is
way.
it enough to action? There's no way. Collapse trying to juke through the tree line. Rabel's got the damage. Now the Fiend's Grip is an issue though. Follow-up stun, but they still can't kill off Watson. Limitless able to protect him thanks to the Cyclone. Now they're charging forward as more. They're going to turn their attention to Toronto Tokyo, and he'll end up going down. And now Mira, a potential 5-man wipe. There's Hellraisers. Well, not just yet. Mira still able to play his distance off this issue of the Sakuchi.
and they still do have a few moments before those BKBs are online from Spirit, so if they've run into an engagement now, it can be okay, but in a few moments, that's going to change when double BKBs are out.
Yeah, and it looks like Dire is starting to connect to try and set up. They still have this high ground ward that Hellraiser is going to put some emphasis on, but Collapse setting up for the Epi, finds that double initiation. Now 2 heroes get melted. Great start here for Collapses. I mean, maybe they can now consider taking objective. Maybe more kills instead though. Mira stalking Limitless. They've got the sentry nearby, so they're going to spring the trap. Mira still is able to reset. Rabel jumping on 4, but they're going to turn to deal with the Brewmaster. They're able to burst him down before the split. This is a big advantage now for Spirit. As Hellraisers, I mean, you didn't even get the BKB off, and it wouldn't even matter as Miposhka lands the grip. They make it a 4-for-1.
I feel like they're just running into Spirit's hands, and Spirit's like, okay, thank you. You know, you just walked into a Sand King and a BKB Lina.
Smoke up, Miposhka.
Gilger
Tries to get the sentry, but Gilger's onto the high ground. Dice have a really good ward as well. They're able to see the position of Melody, but oh, Brew gets the ultimate off. They cut down the tree, the Monkey King as well, so now Watson's going to move towards the area. Yadaro's in trouble. We'll still get the ulti with the bonus armor, but it looks like it will not matter. Simultaneously, Miposhka drops, and they're looking for more.
Did Tokyo cut his tree?
Wait, that is milliseconds off being a different fight, though. Like, if Sand King gets the Burrow Strike on Limitless, then who knows how different that could be. They still want to take the fight, but Limitless has another split. Collapse charging up the FB. They're all grouped up, but Roche hasn't fallen just yet. There's the split, but the Luna's still in trouble. BKB on cooldown, but the Aegis picked up from Rabel. They stole the Sonic Wave, so it's enough to deal with the first life. Collapse is hunting the backline, but they've got the vision. Sand King's in trouble. And they get the controller. Collapse able to blink away. Still the primal split being the nuisance, but Dire, they've all respawned. So no casualties except Roshan.
Yeah, I think they also saw, what, the Shadow Blade, right, from Tokyo. So it's like that double
true.
benefit where they're able to use. And also, I guess, into a Sand King as well. So triple benefit. They're revving up the Epi bottom potentially.
Ready to go in. Mirror utilizing the Sonic Wave burst, and they will secure with a kill. Everybody's going to try and TP in because not much the Queen of Pain's able to do. So do you feel like HELLRAISERS though in a position though to keep taking these engagements, or are we still looking for some items to be completed?
I think BKB Queen is absolutely needed first, but I actually still think that the fights are hard.
Watson actually might be in trouble. Collapse going to jump once again. This time they'll have the chain control. No BKB. Spirit, what a read that someone was going to come farm this bottom side. Toronto, Tokyo joins with the boots of travel. And now you've got a dead Luna. I mean, they're sieging high ground. Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what do you feel like this E-Blade does? Is it just a quick burst? Because it's not really great defensively. Like, there's a lot of magic damage on HELLRAISERS.
I'm not sure. It's a good burst,
Collapse.
for sure.
It's going to look to start.
Rebel
jumps in as well, but they're just going to melt through the Queen of Pain without the opportunity to pop the BKB. It's looking like a free fight for Watson, though. He's trying to veer his attention to the backline, but he actually wants to just BKB TP out as Toronto Tokyo. He doesn't have enough damage, so Luna will make it away, but the rest of HELLRAISERS, they're in trouble. When they're trying to deal with Limitless second Bruce, but they should easily be able to go through it. No escape for the Brew, and we just see Team Spirit. This game, their team fight is just too much to fear.
Yeah, the fights are getting too hard with their limited stuns, as we kind of thought might happen with the draft, but...
They know this smoke is coming, though. Scan connects. The rest of HELLRAISERS is actually going to look to push to the northern side as they jump in. If they can get rid of Limitless, that's a key component through the team fight, and they'll do so with ease.
Watson can't
and
run.
Now the rest of HELLRAISERS are just trying to beeline out of the area. They'll turn it back around potentially. Jumping from Rabel, the burst is not enough. It's Watson's on the outskirts. They're targeting Yadoro down with the BKB on cooldown, but still, Team Spirit, they control the higher gun with ease. Now they've still got more ability to chase forward for more. Knowing the BKB is on cooldown, I mean, there's no escape for the Luna. And maybe he could get a kill on Sand King, but even then, Gilgil unable to do so. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a game 3 as Team Spirit. Strong showing from them.
Strong showing and definitely a strong, clear understanding of like the lineup that they're playing against, right?
Time to determine if Team Spirit can quench that flames or not. I mean, they're already starting off with a potential brawl. Look at this move from Team Spirit. We've already got the action kicking off.
Let's see.
I got a lot of stuns to utilize here. Do you level the Astral though? I mean, Rabel really wants Arcane Orb. He's holding on the outskirts. He's like, do I need it? Do I not need it? And now they're actually going to go back in. As Mirror eats the arrow. And now with this Arcane Orb here, Rabel picks up first blood. That's why you were holding the Astral, just to help out with that extra little bit of damage. And
if he has stun, they probably get the kill. But he doesn't want stun for lane. He wants Dragon Slave, so he really doesn't want to grief himself. Miposhka eats an arrow, and it's actually going to be 2 kills now on Rebel. So that's going to change. That mid matchup's going to be quite a lot harder there for Tokyo. So it all depends on like how quick your Shadow Demon is, how quick you can disengage. Should get worse for Collapse since he's sitting so low. And mid. So D20-7 is getting quite a bit of extra denies over Tokyo too. And Meteor Hammer is done in 200 gold.
Lycan's about to go down, yeah. Yadoro and Miposhka finding a big kill. Yadoro might get another kill as Gilg is actually going to look to take the battle to Miposhka with the help of the Wolves. And Gilg is going to get away with his life, it looks like. Yado's going to wave him up in surely.
The OD is the issue. That's the biggest thing. Everything else, I think, is pretty free for him. It just, he has to watch out about just getting like one-shotted from an OD ult from the sideline. He has to watch how much
he's going to go down again. And Gilga's already made another early rotation. Up the top they go. They really want to take Collapse's Mars out of the factor in this third game.
Just being a nuisance, giving Limitless the lane bottom, which means that we're going to see the Lion moving around. Miposhka looking to set up his own kills. Maybe on mid even.
It's the target. Miposhka's going to find the angle. Rebel's got the Asher, but it looks like that first stun with the help of the double damage rune should be enough damage. And there we go. And your advantage now almost nullified. Yes, Toronto, Tokyo, only about 400 net worth behind.
You know, it has its positives and negatives that tend to happen.
It's a question now of like, how do you
Top
feel
again.
like Ray on down here? Banishment holding back Watson. Still has stolen 50 damage though, and Collapse is holding the spear. At least we'll push away the Razor, but Melody, can he get the last right click? He does. Oh, Mirror, with so much damage with the 5 poison stacks, but...
Is the plan just
no.
don't let Collapse have a game? Because that's what it
Oh
seems like
no,
it is.
Collapse.
Oh, he's gonna
Oh,
die.
they're gonna get him.
He's dead.
Mirror doesn't have enough mana for Banishment as well. He just TP'd back.
Ooh, arrow at the mark.
Not with the arrow, but that's okay. With Rabel being nearby. Come on, give him the tips, baby. You already killed him 4 times. May as well really put him in the grave.
They gotta smoke and make a big move. They have to defend mid tower. I think they know Limitless is gonna make the swing from bottom. So I think, like, walking top right now and Collapse. But he doesn't have a TP.
I mean, that's an easy kill on Miposhka. Limitless can just solo the line. They'll also look to Toronto Tokyo as well, but it looks like the summons can do the dirty work, and they also get the kill on Toronto Tokyo. And you're asking for them to defend the tower, but 2 heroes is not enough as we look to top Watson. The rest of the Spirit are trying to aim down the Razor, but he's already got Falcon Blade, Strength Treads maxed out. He's relatively beefy. He's going to look to stand his ground, but it looks like the first arena secures the kill over for the boys on Radiant.
But yeah, I think this is right. HR, look for the fight. They've got the Dominator. Even one kill around Roche, they could just start the Roche. Limitless might just actually start himself.
He's going to.
Yep.
And they're going to get the kill. Collapse. At least he buys out for the blink before he dies. I'm saying that's so rough though when you see a position 3 die for the 5th time this game, but like you were saying, just a kill into Roche they go.
You can see that they're really on top of their game right now on HR. I think they threaten high ground. You have 3 minutes on Aegis. The deep push on the side of Spirit's pretty lackluster besides Lina. So yeah, I think you threaten.
A catapult as well. Let's see. Collapse gonna look to reel the blink though. Banish for the easy setup. He's gonna try and push back Rabel. Of course, he has the Aegis advantage, but Collapse, beautiful use of the arena. Make sure there's no help for Hellraisers to come through. And they're gonna anchor the fight now as Rabel looking to reset. LSA a little bit off the mark. I think Hellraisers just have to back off now.
But now they have the blink route for the further, and there's still no Manta. They don't succeed to go for Lincoln, so that could be the one that does catch Yutoro off guard. I want to see HR look for a fight though.
Oh, he ran into the arrow. His attribute shift is okay. They're actually going to pounce on this opportunity here. They don't have the greatest vision of the backline. Limitless Watson leading the charge. So look at how Team Spirit have been able to retreat further and further. They don't have a tier 2 to kind of set up the team fight around and anchor them as they'll just blow up the Shadow Demon. Clap's going to jump in and turn to the Mirana, but they still got to be cautious to the rest of Dire. They're just charging down the key components. Now they'll look over to Claps as well. Arena this time will do nothing as Limitless playing on the outskirts is able to secure a double kill. And for Hellraisers, you're happy with that trade.
But I think if he just rooted the morph at the initial when he was around the secret shop, they just kill him because the Shadow Demon was too far to like save him. So then his team can follow up to break Lincolns and stuff. But I think he was like, oh, maybe he has Manta or something. So this actually gives Spirit an opportunity to maybe punch back.
Collapse. He's still got the arena. He's going to push back the Trinket Protector off to the other side. We saw the Shadow Demon get brought down as well. But the rest of Hellraisers still looking to take the fight. What a Lotus Orb. Pushes back the Earth Spike. So there will be no escape for Miposhka. And in the end, a 2-for-1.
Oh, it feels bad playing Lion versus Lotus Orbs. Do you want to give it to your OD for the save? I think you do.
I think so, yeah.
It's
Because you
pretty
can get out
busted.
of arena. It's really good. This could be
Smoked
this
up.
fight.
The Scotty's done, as you mentioned, on your Toro, which is one of the bigger pickups. And he has a Paladin Sword.
How do they get the jump? Team Spirit, they have the high ground advantage. Claps putting himself in a position as well to set up for the fight. They're going to see Limitless. That's the target to try and blow up. Rabel's going to try and jump in as well, but the Finger of Death, they protect him. Ash will save enough to keep the Lycan alive. And now how can they turn it around? Miposhka on the backline's going to get burnt to a crisp. This is the fight for Hellraiser to push them further and further back. Watson's going to utilize the refresh shots of plenty of damage to get rid of Collapse. Bye-bye Mirror as well. They're not done just yet. Getting closer to the high ground. Yadara and Toronto. Thinking about turning it around, they got to be cautious on Hellraisers. The potential buyback, something to fear. Nothing like a Morphling, a Luna, Terrorblade, the list goes on and on. Yada
It's getting too much, though.
Toro.
Oh!
Rabel.
Ash shot the wolf.
Yeah, shot the wolf. And now Collapse is behind as well. Rest of Team Spirit in a position counter-initiate, but Collapse has to pop the BKB defensively, but he's got no way to get out of the route. They also caught Toronto Tokyo out as well, the BKB still being on cooldown, so the lean is just going to give away his life so the rest of Team Spirit can get out safely.
they're keeping like the Morphling farm, but everybody else just seems like they can't play. They cannot play into HR.
They're going to Moonlight Shadow their own Hellraisers. See if they can find another opening for this team fight.
What else did they... Anything else they pick up? I see a BKB on the Lycan. A full Aghanims on... Or sorry,
Melody.
Nothing else, sorry.
They can blow up the Tree Protector. Asher once again to save from Rabel. Towards the northern side, though, they've been able to catch Yadoro here. Might be in trouble. Looks to get the attribute shift off, but is it going to be fast enough? Still so much damage being dealt to the Morphling. He's going to end up going down. Morph gone, first death. Now Toronto Toki as well is in trouble. Rabel, another catch with the attribute. Just gets Selena before she's inside the base. Morph, no buyback too here, Fogged. And Hellraisers on the verge of giving them their first defeat through the Season 1 of Winter Tour. I mean, this is such an upset. Hellraisers 23,000 net worth lead. No Morphling to worry about. Now they get another jump on Mira as well. Bye-bye Shadowed in without a buyback. I think you're right. I reckon this one's over.
Then they smoke the mid, kill him top again. Like, Collapse had no game to be able to bring his team back to make any plays.
I mean, they're about to respawn. Dota Plus is saying 0%. You've got your Toro back alive as well as Maposhka. Trying to jump the back, controlling the OD, so maybe they can burst the hero down, but they just turn it, rip apart the line. Still Yadoro. I mean, it's been able to steal a little bit of damage. Just got to be cautious the moment though with Link and Pop, so they're going to rely on the arrow instead. Bashed up again. Yadoro down, series down as Hellraisers. Able to take the team undefeated through the Winter Tour. They will move on to the winners final, and the momentum from the Dota 2 Champions League looks like it's continuing on for them.